6,950 pounds, so half-ton towable. This, what, 31-foot model is what they're calling it, so it's probably 33, 34 foot, including hitch and bumper and whatnot. Quad bunk, private front bedroom, super slide Wildwood here at Haylet RV of Coldwater, Michigan. It's funny, we've had 3 of this floor plan come in this year. All of them were slightly different in how they were laid out, but they all were pretty much the same thing, and they all had almost the exact same story. They had, you know, used this when the kids were camping with them for a number of years, got ready, swapped it up to the couples camper they'd been looking for. All 3 of them had the same story, and it's interesting too, all 3 of them swapped out the original camper mattress up front for a 80-inch residential mattress up front. It's just kind of odd how this camper, built in that time period, has multiple people all with just the eerily same story. It's just really funny how that works out. But then again, you know, this is built to appeal to a specific buyer, so it kind of makes sense that those buyers would have similar mindsets and things like that. Now, they had to park this one before I could get to it initially, so I kind of weave through the maze here at Haylet RV in the labyrinth. You've got front pass-through storage. You can see that rear storage compartment right there. Let me get back around this side. Not my greatest exterior video shoot. Now, this is a full exterior pass-through, which is nice. That's huge. You've actually got dual front and rear pass-through storage compartments. Now, the awning is a little jacked up, and it's blunt, but I've always, I've had a lot of people appreciate how direct I am about things. The awning's okay. It doesn't quite recoil the way it should. It still works. At this time, we have no intention of monkeying with it or wrenching with it. These are things that we can do. We have a full parts and service center here at Haylet RV. We can only do everything at our store. Hitching, pieces, parts, trades, financing, truck and trailer package deals, and everything in between. But sometimes there are folks who are looking for something simple, who have a budget in mind. And the more I start paying trained, qualified technicians significant money per hour, I mean, very significantly, the price tag gets dinged. We didn't want that to happen here. We try to have something for everyone. So, you know, can we do things like that? Sure. Can we swap out that rough-looking front power tongue jack? Yeah, absolutely. But things involve, you know, money. I mean, just to say it boldly, state it plainly. I don't sugarcoat things. That's the truth of the matter. But if you're a handy-type person, or you're on a budget, or whatever, here we got a camper that'll fit within all those criteria. So every camper is the best in a different way. It just depends on what you're looking to accomplish. Overall, I mean, it's just been used a lot. It hasn't been beat up. It's just been used a lot. But that's the whole point. Get your family out. Build some memories. That was accomplished here. Guess what? They moved on. It's time for you to start your own adventure. You could do that right here. So let's take a peek inside. It's kind of like the outside. The inside is simple. But simple is usually effective, and that's what I like about this. You know, when this was brand new in its heyday, this was not a flashy, high-level, fancy camper then. It was a no-nonsense, budget-friendly family camper. Big slide room for a rainy day kind of camper. You know, this is everything this is camping, not RVing right here. Well, I mean, camping is with a tent, but forget that. You people are crazy. We do have central air, we do have central heat. It will keep your family comfortable, and I am always a sucker for kitchen bar stools. I say that all the time. I do like the stainless sink here. That is a nice find. In today's market, Wildwood has significantly scaled down quite a bit to be as price aggressive as they can, and there's nothing necessarily wrong with that. That's a fine market segment to be, and I don't fault them for that. They just, some of the components that you see in here, they're just not around anymore. One thing I did notice, and again, I always hit the nail on the head best I can, it looks like the refrigerator had defrosted. Maybe they lost power at one point. A little bit of, you know, water, kind of condensation dribbled out. It kind of sponged up this little corner right here, but overall, it's not too worse for the wear. That's nothing that's going to stop you from camping. Had I not mentioned it, you probably never would have noticed it, but I go out of my way. This in here could be a pantry, could be hanging closet, you know, it could be a little bit of anything you need it to be. That's what's kind of nice about it. And this it gives the rear bunk area a great deal of privacy by having this pseudo pass-through bathroom. It is technically an open split bath, a lot like you find in the upper deck of fifth wheels built in the 05-06 period. But, you know, here in the back bunk area of this thing. Now, some of these 31-foot quad bunk Wildwoods I've seen with the 4 individual bunks like we've seen here. I've seen some that have a platform built in between the 2 lower bunks for one giant lower mega bunk. Remember that below these bunks, let me actually pan down a little bit. I don't want to make you seasick too much. Below these bunks, you see that bench that's sort of staring at us. How it has that little flip-up counter space on it right there, that little access panel. That is that rear full pass-through storage. So again, just to give you another idea of scope and depth and scale. But you've got great storage and entertainment back here for the kids on a rainy day. Now I'm going to guess Mom and Dad used this a couple times without the kids. It looks like maybe they converted this to like an extra hanging closet. And I went around, I looked at these upper corners because those are your primary leak points that I'm going to look for when I'm taking something like this on trade. And they looked all right. I really didn't see anything structurally that scared me. It hasn't been abused. It hasn't been neglected. It's just been used a lot. Isn't that kind of the point, you know? You want a camper to go out and be used. That's why you bought it, to go have some fun. Private front bedroom up here is nice too. This was built before you had a big, huge focus on TVs in a family bunkhouse camper. So if you want to add a TV, you got this nice little corner stand right here with a little extra storage below it. Now, true to form, like almost all of these built when this was made, the latch on that inexpensive little CD player thing right there has given up the ghost. So you can probably, it still has an auxiliary plug though, so if you got your phone or anything you can plug into that, you're going to be fine for entertainment. You have twin sliding pocket privacy doors here for the front bedroom, which is nice. Now, this was built with a Camp Queen in mind, the short Camp Queen. These folks upgraded to a full residential queen, which means it gets a little tight up front here. The good news is you get a way better bed than this thing was ever intended on having. The other good news is you can always swap back down to a Camp Queen, so there's no real big downside around it. I do like that you do have overhead storage and full-length wardrobes with dual dresser drawers on both sides of this bedroom. That is an awesome find, and it does look like they actually use the TV stand in this bedroom, which is just terribly uncommon. Like I said, I've said it a bunch of times in this thing. It's not beat up, it's not dead. But we're also not asking full book value money on this thing. We understand the condition it is, the condition it's not, and we're trying to be fair with what we're asking on it. So, give us a ring. Anytime there's, a camper like this used, I always encourage you, give our team a call. See it in person. Don't take my word for it. Don't take just some picture or video's word for it. Your money's involved. Please come out, put your hands on it, form your own opinions. We welcome that. So take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy Haylet camping, everyone.